So why do I coach football and rugby players? Well, I've always been involved within sport since a very early age. And my dad was heavily involved with football. He was a runner, he played rugby, and I would often go and watch him playing regimental sport during his time in the army. And then I also would watch him playing outside of the army as well. And I was given plenty of opportunities when I was younger to participate in five-a-side competitions at youth club. And when I started, I'd never played the game as a professional, but when I had a ball at my feet, I felt a release. And mainly through football, up until my 20s, I absolutely loved it. And when I was in the army, I was introduced to playing rugby, which was a game I didn't actually think that I would ever really fall in love with. Now, I come from Leicester, and Leicester is synonymous with Leicester Tigers, one of the best rugby union teams in the land, if not the world. So I've always followed rugby union, but it wasn't until I joined the military and I found a love for rugby league, and I would go and watch Leeds Rhinos on a regular basis, who are in the Super League. Now, I fell in love with rugby league. I love the community element of it. I love its fast pace. I love the feeling, the buzz of the hits, of the camaraderie, the sense of belonging that you get in sport. And I got this with football, and I got it with rugby. And when I was presented at the age of 16 with the opportunity to start my coaching career in Gibraltar, that was the start of what is now 25 years as a coach within the fitness industry, as a personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach and biomechanics coach, as well as a qualified rugby league coach and a qualified football coach as well. And I love nothing more than working with youth athletes, helping them to develop in their confidence, their movement, their mobility, their speed, and see them progressing from grassroots into academy football. Being able to use my contacts that I've made over the years through my numerous spells at professional clubs, grassroots clubs, and still speaking to schools, community clubs, and professional clubs this very day. And I've been very fortunate that some of the people I've worked with have gone on to play in football academies. I've had the opportunity to go into rugby development centres at professional clubs. And I love that. It gives me a sense of purpose. It gives me that drive and that motivation to continue doing it. But I also have, through my time in the army, where I've had structure, where I've had a constant guidance as to what my day-to-day looks like. When I left the army, I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was so used to having a day-to-day structure, and I didn't know what to do. And when I left the army in 2011, it was a culture shock to me because I didn't know what to do. I left the army. I sacrificed a £2,500 loyalty bonus to become a football coach at a then top-end non-league club fighting for promotion into the Football League. And it was a struggle. My mental health suffered. I had to have a number of people around me to support me. And without those people, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in today. I've been at all-time highs. I've been at all-time lows. But these experiences have given me the tools that I need to inspire and motivate children, parents, established athletes, and utilize my experiences within my time in the military, within my time growing up as a military child, where I was moving every three years. I had to adapt and overcome a number of barriers, losing friends, adapting to new cultures. During my time in the army, I was involved in the Iraq War. I was part of an accident and emergency team where we were under constant pressure. So I know exactly the mental stresses and pressures that athletes are under to perform, because I was under pressure to perform, to help get people back to day-to-day life and job roles in hostile conditions. Some of it was life and death situations. I've seen it both. But through maintaining regular training, through being consistent with my own personal development, I now want to pass this experience and knowledge on to people like you who maybe haven't got the experience and the industry knowledge that I have began to gain, and I utilize with my athletes on a day-to-day basis. Within professional sport, I've held numerous roles, from manager in the men's and women's game to community coach, working with the likes of Leeds Rhinos, strength and conditioning coach in the Bradford Bulls Academy, working at community clubs such as Leicester City, Burnley, Bolton, to name but a few. I've worked with some fantastic coaches who have now gone on to the top of their game, and in positions where 10 years ago you wouldn't have thought that that's where they would be. Because I surround myself with people that motivate and inspire me so that I can do the same to other people. So if you're watching this video right now and you think that you and I'd be a good fit to work together, then I would love to hear from you. I would love it for you to send me a direct message. Tell me a bit about you. Tell me what your goals are. Tell me what your struggles are right now, and tell me what you've tried and what hasn't worked. And let's see if we can find a solution together to take your performance to the next level. Whether you want to be faster at breaking the lines from defensive to attacking positions within rugby. Whether you want to be a lot more agile and robust as a goalkeeper or as a midfielder. Whether you want to work on your reactive speed and your timing of your movement as a striker or as a winger, then get in touch and let me help you to become a better version of yourself. And with my network of fellow professionals, from physiotherapy to mindset and nutrition coaching, you'll be in safe hands so that you can be the best version of yourself. And most importantly, give yourself the best opportunity of a great career in sport at the highest levels that you can get to.